It's my pleasure to speak for the second time this evening on this part of the bill. This is where we get into the guts of the deal, the regulatory concessions. And I think it's worthwhile to have a look at those regulatory concessions once again, because essentially this deal is a memorial to greed and to deprivation. The regulatory concessions include, as we've heard, 230 extra pokie machines, 12 automated tables with 20 seats at each, so that's 470 effectively pokies, plus 40 gambling tables. It also includes a 27-year extension to the existing licence, and it calls for a couple of concessions, I guess, around the technology for paying for gambling, and that includes ticket in, ticket out. I have no idea why the government agreed to this, and also ensuring that 17% of those machines can accept money, denominations of higher than $20 notes and higher. Now this is money for jam for money launderers. They love this stuff. They absolutely love it. And it came through in the advice that was offered to the Select Committee that if you want to prevent crime, if you want to reduce crime, then don't do this. Because this is how the P-cooks launder their money. And they're going to be having a field day with this. But at least the police, who will be working harder than ever because of the increased problem gambling, from the increased increased gambling machines and gambling opportunities, at least they will know where to find the P-cooks. They'll be in the casino that will be paid for by the cost that we will all bear as taxpayers through problem gambling and through crime. Now, if this government was serious about a deal for a convention centre, and if it was serious in negotiating with a good corporate citizen, then that good corporate citizen would not negotiate, and the government would not allow an increase in crime as a way of paying for a convention centre that is supposedly supposed to benefit the economy for all New Zealanders, because it's not going to do that, Mr. Sabin. Sky City are laughing all the way to the bank, and we as a government, as a parliament, we as MPs look like fools because we are the ones who will be having to agree to this ridiculous deal with no handbrakes on it whatsoever to reduce harm from gambling. Now, the ticket in, ticket out technology is one of the best ways to increase money laundering, but it's also one of the best ways to increase problem gambling. One of the SOPs that my co-leader, Materia Ture, has put up is around reducing harm from gambling. Now, if we were serious about wanting to reduce gambling harm, then we would take on board the restrictions that we are attempting to place on Sky City and the way they deal with problem gamblers in order to reduce the amount of harm that we have in our communities. But if we do that, it may well impact on Sky City's profits. But that should not be part of the deal. The SOP suggests that there will be mandatory pre-commitment cards for everyone. And Materia today has already described them as the seat belt. The other measure is real-time player tracking. Now, in the concessions that were negotiated, Sky City say that they will provide some measure of host responsibility, which will include predictive modelling. Predictive modelling is not player tracking. Player tracking only works if you actually intervene in what's going on. Now, the player tracking that Sky City has already got is called the loyalty cards. That player tracking, that predictive modelling, ensures that Sky City will contact people who have developed a gambling problem, who have spent all they've got, and attempt to lure them back to the casino so they can spend more so that the Sky City can make more money. And this is the corporate citizen that this, Mr. Chair, Mr. Chair.
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr. Chair, I have to say